I'm a little emotional right now. You know, it's past Remembrance Day. And I'm just looking at all the shit that went down on Remembrance Day. I think that was the end of Canada. You know, I did a little spiel on well, stuff I usually talk about. It's just about manning up and so on and so forth. And of course, Don Cherry came into play on this deal. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to give thanks. So my son gets home from work. I was just doing a vlog or whatever, and I was working in the shop. Yes, Carl, I was working on your bike, actually. Or at least I got back at it. But you know, and I'm thinking of like you know, because like the day-to-day stuff, you know, just like it like entraps us, or it does. It does me, and it's something that I've learned to watch out for in my past, and you know, not to get all wound up on circumstantial bullshit of day-to-day life. And so anyways, you know, I'm working away and I do this vlog, and you know, there's a lot going on about Don Cherry and of course our government, CBC, right? Oh, I mean Manchild, or whatever the fuck those guys are, because they suck. You know, and I'm wondering why, you know, why would even Newfoundland vote for those people? Why would Newfoundland vote for CBC? I just didn't get it. And so I was doing a bit of a vlog on this kind of stuff, and I'm watching The Raging Humanist, one of our veterans, one of our guys, one of our boys, my fellow man. And I'm listening to him, and I can see the hurt. I can see the deep hurt in that man. He's a comedian. He covers stuff up, but not so well you can see it in his eyes. And I'm like, holy fuck. I forgot to give thanks. Yeah, I wear my poppy. I do every year. My son's a sapper. My dad was signals. One grandfather was infantry, one grandfather was engineer in the Air Force. Grandfather in the Boer War, grandfather in the Zulu Wars. And I'm thinking to myself, here I am listening to this man that actually made it out of Afghanistan, the war that nobody cares about. And I am so sorry. Raging Humanist, every man, every woman that has ever fought for us, that is still living, please forgive me. But further, all you newfies that died, got slaughtered, that could never be here and haven't been here for 100 years, please forgive me. I don't know your names. But this one's for you, man. Every Native man that fought on behalf of me and mine that can't be here, please forgive me. Because you died sacrificing your life so I could be a retard. That's true. I have the freedom today to be the retard that I am because of your sacrifice, and I am truly thankful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would thank your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and your great-great-grandchildren that might be here today if you had not sacrificed your life. Not just for my right to be here with free speech, but for everyone's. Not just for us on this land that we call Canada, but for those folks in that little demon child, what's her face, from Sweden, and those folks that are operating in the EU that are now in so much trouble, for the free world. Thank you. Please forgive me for not remembering you first. I was able, as a young man, to fight the establishment, to stand up for myself in my own belligerent ways, or kick against the pricks, as it were, for the, just say for the, for my environment and the way I was raised as a free man without a clue on this land because of your sacrifice for me. Thank you. If I was to do a tombstone today, I really couldn't do Canada 1867 because, that was just the corporate, the corporate model of things. But if I was to do a tombstone today, say, 1867 to 2019, Canada is gone. The nation and freedoms, the freedom of thought and the freedom of expression, the freedom of movement, the freedom to dream out loud without oppression from the establishment is gone. Unless, of course, those few of us stand. So I did these other videos that I didn't put up yet. I'm going to put this up first. And I have forgot about that. And I am so sorry, man. Please forgive me. I really am sorry. I didn't give you thanks first. And not just so much for you guys still alive. The Korean War, the Second World War. Our veterans from the First World War are gone. There was one man left, Canadian World War I vet that lived in the United States. I believe it was last year, a year before. He was like 111 or something. Might as well call it 127. But lest we forget. So I'm watching Raging Humanist. Check him out. If I can figure it out, I'll put the link in my description for him. I'm going to put the link in my description for him, and also for Lent, common law. And they're really, really important shit. I'm not going to go into it right now. There was another link I wish to add that oh yeah, something else that I will start putting in my descriptions. But so my son, the sapper, he gets home. I'm working in here on a couple of bikes. Well, I'm working on Carl's bike, actually. I was just trying to clean things up, get it organized so I can send him a list of what I need. And he wants some pictures and stuff, and I've been busy just surviving, so I hadn't really progressed on it recently. I had a number of guys that wanted to kick in and stuff to help me finish the project. But that's another story. It's just, but I'm sitting there, so I'm playing in my shop here, you know, my very humble shop, and I'm just doing my thing, and my son comes in, we're having a beer together, and like I say, you know, I can't really, actually this is, well, it's kind of my birthday too. I was born around this time, and so I got this tequila for my birthday. Otherwise, I don't really drink. I can't really drink. No, not because I'm weird and pathetic on alcohol. It's just, I got run over, my liver got smashed, and I got to watch that kind of stuff. So I got run over by 2 cars, and my handlebars ripped my guts out, and they used a hairnet to put my liver back together after they pulled the splinters of rib out. Told my mother I wouldn't live. Well, here the fuck I am. Only by the grace of God. And I was able to raise my family. Most of it anyways. So, okay. So I'm working away, and you know, I'm doing whatever I do, and my son comes home. And a sapper, and those bastards, because the humanist, the raging humanist, I got him on my alert thing, right? You know the bell thing on YouTube, and the fuckers took it off. I got it a day late. So it's okay, it's whatever. We go in the house, we decide, you know, okay, well, let's just chill out, talk for a few minutes, because he's a savage. And that's what your military is. You have savages to keep you free. Not for CBC, but for you and I. CBC, they're just, look, these guys are just a terrible bunch of entitlements that run governments. That's all they are. They're just some kind of crown corporation that runs governments, and if they can't run the government, then they'll do their best to dishonor whichever government we have until they get the one they want. That's all they do. These guys are full of hate. Well, I've got that in my other videos, and please forgive me for digressing. Because this video was just about thank you. And it's not just thank you to all you guys that made it alive, but thank you to every guy that didn't. And to your wives, your children, your mothers, and your fathers. That I'm allowed, that I have the right, and I have the freedom to be a retarded old biker on this land because of your sacrifice. For I and my family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.